Welcome to Cartoon Chat. I'm Brian Swan, joined alongside
Jet Harris.
Canine Biscuits.
And we're going to talk about a couple of things today, talking about Mario getting his own movie and TMNT. They just revealed the art for the upcoming series that's going to replace the sort of CG TMNT series that's been around since, I think, the early 2010s. So, a lot to get through. Let's start with Mario. Now, there always has been rumors for a while that Mario should get a series, should get himself into, that Nintendo should really use the property that is literally the video game's biggest franchise and market this dude, and we are finally getting it. The interesting thing is it's going to be made by Illumination Entertainment, and those are the guys behind Minions, those are the guys behind Despicable Me, and the upcoming Grinch movie. So, what do we think about this? This is Mario, but it's created by a studio that, I mean, they always make $1 billion. They are reliable in making money, but their stories are simplistic. And, I think that might be a good thing as long as, I think that, a story like this, we could go down a simplistic route with a story, and I think that's okay for Mario, as long as we delve into the universe and spend time in the universe and really get a good grasp of what's going on.
There's a history of video game movies not being like either subpar to not being very good. This is a movie about Mr. Video Game himself,
yes,
as Nintendo would call him, and I'm curious how this one's actually going to turn out. Because it's either I'll be interested if you actually make the main character silent. Either than that, it'll be interesting to see what his voice actually sounds like and who's going to voice him, because that'll be freaking weird.
Right.
If they can make it fit, it's probably going to be stereotype Italian. Who'll touching my spaghetti? You hear that 90
Oh my God.
Touching my spaghetti, you hear that 90 minutes.
I mean, what's the worst that can
case.
happen? We get the same voice actors from like the original little Mario cartoons that we used to get.
Hey, paisano, some Mario Brothers Super Show. Swing your arms from side to side. No freaking way. Those deep cartoons are freaking cringy to look back at.
Yeah.
Nintendo's like, no, that was history that we would ever.
I love watching them still. They're so. It's one of those. It's those cartoons. It's so bad it's good.
Right.
Yeah.
I recommend a Zelda cartoon in that manner too. They're all both stupid.
Yeah.
That's another franchise that a lot of people want, and there's been a lot of teasing about it. Possibly getting it. Wasn't there a DreamWorks?
There was going to be a DreamWorks and be Netflix.
Yeah,
there was going to even the people who made the TMNT movie. I forgot what the CG movie.
Yeah, the old team, like 2006 or whatever. Right?
Yeah, they wanted to make a Zelda movie, and the tech demo they showed off was pretty cool. I'm surprised Zelda hasn't gotten anything yet. Either Nintendo has been strict, and nobody's able to get the budget to fall back on their plans.
Yeah, it's truly interesting. But when we look at all of Nintendo's franchises and we look at Mario, we look at Zelda, which are the two that I think are the ones that definitely could have franchises and are the ones that could definitely go far in terms of animation. I'd love to see a miniseries of Zelda, but when we're looking at Mario, the expectation, I think, we could see a number of things. I would love to see. In terms of characters, I really think we should centralize on the main cast. Have Yoshi in there, have Waluigi in there, have Wario in there, have Peach in there. I think those are like that. Then Bowser, of course.
Well, the main characters will usually be Mario, Luigi, Peach, and the Toads. I really hope they have Wario and Waluigi in there, because they're like they don't really show up often in the mainstream games. Waluigi is exclusive to party games. So I would say the same thing for Wario, but there was only that one time there's only 2 times where he showed up in like Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy, original Game Boy, the black and white Game Boy, and for some reason Mario 64 DS, which I did like his appearance in, but that was the only other time he was in the platformer. Yeah. Other than that, he's not a mainstream Mario character.
They don't utilize him. And he's on the sidelines, like you said, only for exclusive times, and that's about it. I think it would. Yeah, that'd be rare. I expect it. I expect it, to be honest.
I would like if they just because Smash Bros. Kind of treats the Mario series as its own bunch of worlds, because they when they it's like the Mario Kart series and Mario Party series is attached. Yeah, also you get a sense of that through like the other games too. Throughout the party games, you'll see references to the card games and stuff.
Right.
Like they all start to feel attached to like. Hopefully they'll reference because the thing about video game movies is you gotta have those video game references. That's why everybody's excited for Ready Player One.
That's why they're excited for What Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I hope we get that Mario Party reference or that that card
particular
reference.
stage references as well.
Yeah, it's like maybe there'll be like a joke within the movie where they're like walking and all of a sudden the floor they're walking on start change colors and out of nowhere the joke is the dice rolls and it's like I get it, it's a Mario Party reference.
Exactly. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Then you got like I kind of don't want the freaking I want to know what they're gonna do with two things. I want to know what they're gonna do with like the enemies, like how the Goombas and stuff are gonna play with this. I don't want them to look like ugly walking people. Actually,
oh my God.
I want them to actually kind of look like close to the games, as much as possible. If they do decide to take a realistic take on this, don't make it too realistic. To whereas, yeah, you can make them ugly looking monsters, but don't make them to whereas they look out of character.
We had that before. The original Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and Dinosaur Yoshi.
Dinosaur Yoshi was really scary.
The one that predicted,
Yeah. They're in Boston. The Mushroom Kingdom it was canon now. The Mushroom Kingdom takes place in Boston.
I kind of want to know what they're gonna do with like Peach, or if they have a Peach, because I think I've seen like only a couple like Marios where like, or probably just the one I'm thinking about, where they didn't really have a Peach, but they had like this other female character that was very modern, and then she wasn't like princessy at all. She was just really...
It wasn't a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Do you think they could pull off the damsel in distress in a world like this, where the climate is always women have to be completely strong, and the damsel in distress vehicle is almost completely destroyed.
It's traditional because like they do it in the games all the time.
They do.
So they wouldn't really just do it. If people can still complain, because I mean there's still movies that I think do that.
Right.
So it doesn't I don't think it's being a big problem. People's gonna complain about everything.
I mean,
there's something to hate for everybody.
I mean, we could have like Peach doing like cool stuff at first, but make it feel as though like Bowser is like super powerful and she can't really do anything because he's a villain. And he's just like, well, I already got like X amount of stars already. You should. There's no way you could possibly beat me by yourself. And then she has to rely on them. Give it a more realistic to whereas she really does need the Mario Brothers to come help her.
She's not just completely.
I don't want any forced girl empowerment. Huh? I don't want any forced girl empowerment.
Get your hands off me. I think the interesting thing that I want to ask is, should the non-human characters talk? Should they just have sound effects, or should they talk? Should we have Yoshi talking? Should we have the Goombas
They
talking?
do. Go ahead. Sorry.
Should we have? I know Toad talks, but he has this But should they talk, or should they speak in their like how Chewbacca does it, and Mario and Luigi just sort of pass that on to the audience?
Okay, like they all have voices. It's like it's just like if they're gonna talk much. I know, Peach. If you can look at Mario Sunshine, everybody talks except Mario. Peach has a voice. Bowser actually does have a voice. Luigi in certain games, like his own series, Luigi's Mansion, he talks a little bit. No, wait, not in there. Well, actually, no. Luigi talks as much as Mario, which is barely.
Right. But he has a voice.
But they all have voices. It's just like if they're gonna use those voices. What I hope is like, are they gonna stay true to like the how true they're gonna stay to the games? Are they gonna keep it within the world, and are they gonna keep the world looking like what it does in the game, or like are they gonna change up some things?
Right.
And most importantly, are they gonna utilize all these characters within the world, or are they going to make up their own? Because that's what a lot of video game movies tend to do.
Very
if
true.
They need more plot.
They kick out the potential of the actual original source material, very much like Assassin's Creed, where it seemed like they completely sort of axed whatever script there was for Assassin's Creed in their own direction. This with Mario, I think the potential's there to just easily pull from whatever direction they want to go to from storylines. And if they make their own, they really should still invest in what was built from the prior video game storylines. I don't want like Zach Galifianakis will be Mario.
Oh no!
And like
Jack Black as Luigi, as Bowser,
Oprah as Princess Peach,
and Dwayne Rock Johnson as Mario. That's a good one.
Shia LaBeouf is Toad.
Oh
Like,
god.
I don't want that to happen. I don't need that voice casting situation. I just you know what I mean. Like it shouldn't be that priority. Something like Penguins, where it was just the voices that are familiar, and just go from there. I think that's a good direction. Where the Penguins franchise on television had those voices, and I mean so in the Madagascar movie said too, but the Penguins TV franchise had those voices. They pushed it up to the movie, and they kept those voices there. It wasn't like they were trying to make the voice cast any bigger, and they went from there. I think that they could go very similarly in that direction with this movie.
Yeah, I feel like they probably might make a new character and just get a celebrity voice in.
Oh my god! Please don't.
I really want. Again, I still want like action scenes. Like I want an action scene where like they're trying to fight like a bunch of piranha plants, but they're making it as hilarious as possible. I want this movie to be actually funny.
Right. Do you want it to be fun?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be funny or adventure?
A little bit of both, because that's how kind of Mario is to me.
Yeah.
I think Mario's more works on the comedy side because like you play the Paper Mario games, they're like amazing with story and amazing with comedy. If I wanted the movie, if there was a game I wanted the movie out of, it's Thousand Year Door. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door from the GameCube game. It's like that had a great story, that had great emotion, that had great characters. I love that entire world. If there was a movie, you just take the script and put that into a movie in theaters. I just love that.
That would be great.
Oh,
yeah.
Or Odyssey.
To be fair, like they're definitely gonna have to change up some things. Cause like as much as I love these games, I don't want to watch a video game. I'd rather play it. Because I also don't want to be anywhere corny as a Ratchet and Clank movie, because that's the best example.
No.
That's a good example to go off of, because Ratchet and Clank movie, I guess, tried to be. It felt like the world of Ratchet and Clank, but at the same time, they didn't. The jokes weren't really as funny. It was sort of a bland movie.
Yeah, I don't know what Sony did there. Yeah, I mean, I know what they did. They gave a secondary animation company the rights to make that, and then they kicked it off and said do whatever with it. Try to make a movie, and it was a family movie, and it wasn't funny, and it was made for kids, and it wasn't.
The story of the original game was better because,
like you said, there was tension between the two, and that could have been easily utilized.
There was no tension at all between Ratchet and Clank. They were just buddies from the beginning with buddies.
Right.
Period.
I didn't even really. Yeah. When I played the game, the 2015, I think 2016, 2016 game, I didn't have a problem with it. But yeah, there is a big difference between where you could have gone with the characters and how much development you could have made between those two.
Yeah. Did you ever see the cutscenes for the original game?
Yeah. I looked at it. Yeah. It's grandly different. It's starkly more just in a direction that could have been further along where the movie should have went, because I would have loved to see a much stronger movie that, like a movie like Spark, Space Tale, which came out in 2017, made look just as average. Like Ratchet and Clank should not look like Spark or Space Tale.
If Ratchet and Clank the game series didn't exist, that movie had no value at all. Well, less value than it already does.
Right.
The way I can imagine this movie is like a bunch of like CG slapstick and game references, and just like, and like I don't think it will necessarily be like actiony. The type of action be more on lines like Kung Fu Panda, where it has to be creative and like it utilizes the slapstick as action. It's creative in that way. Yeah. If you remember how the Kung Fu Panda movies do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm familiar.
has like a I'm just like talking about like different scenes that are coming up to my. I want to see like power ups and stuff like that. Like I want to see him.
I would
like
love to see that. Yeah.
I want to see like I really want to see like him like grab like a fire flower and just like, oh, I'm not eating this.
Yeah.
And then he just like he somehow has to eat it anyway or whatever he does, or he grabs it.
Luigi just eat it, Mario. No, I don't want to. I don't want to eat it, Mario. No, I would love to. I'd love to see a scene where they're in a chase. There's a chase scene. They're getting chased by something, or they're chasing someone, and it pans. In the shot pans from a shot where you're looking at the two characters on a plane, on a sort of plane. It zooms out, and you're in a stage. It looks almost like an actual stage from the game. Like I would love to see for a second. Zooms out, pans, shows an entire almost stage-like presence. Then it goes back to whatever scene.
I hope I hope they don't make up their own villain because don't
do their own villain. Fuck that.
I hope they make Bowser I hope they make Bowser the main villain because what I like about the thing between Mario and Bowser, they're frenemies. They'll hate each other, but they'll still do things together.
Right.
I'll play tennis. I can't spoil on the podcast, but I can't spoil on the podcast, but all I can say is look at the ending to Mario Odyssey. It's great. I would love to see if they catch it. I want Bowser to be the main villain, but I also want to see them capture that the whole frenemy thing. Another thing is I hope they keep their iconic designs and not change them up. Kind of like Sly Cooper or Sonic with Sonic Boom.
They shifted it to a point that it was not unrecognizable. Yeah, where it wasn't unrecognizable, but it was different enough to not be traditional.
If you're gonna change the designs, make it fit to where the property is, to like what the property would be. Because like
don't freaking edgify it and make it Mario King. It was X Kingdom Hearts, freaking multiple zippers and belts.
To be fair, Sly Cooper felt like a different part of Sly, and Sonic Boom felt like a different part of Sonic. At the same, just don't change it too drastically,
right?
So where it doesn't feel too unlike Mario.
Yeah.
But like, and then, make the proportions like kind of good too, because I don't want like Luigi. I want Luigi to, he has a long body, but I don't want him to have an actual long chin neck combo face that's just a long giant face with no real neck, but his jawline is attached to it. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be
how much taller should Luigi be to Mario?
I feel like
that's going to be an interesting. I want to see how that turns out, because that's going to be like an interesting dynamic where it's like they can't make him too tall. They gotta proportion that right as well.
Yeah. They gotta make Mario. They still have to make Mario's whole. I said Maruto. What
Maruto?
I need that
new development.
The only thing I need to have is I want the
Still have to keep him relatively short though.
I want the final battle with Bowser either to mimic any of the final boss stages of any of the Mario games.
64. I would totally like that.
64. Either that or Odyssey. Either that or have the stage sort of levitate and it zooms out and there's platforms above it and then we're just sitting there in the theater seats Smash Brothers reference here.
Dude, Illumination is known for just doing it simplistically and taking from other stories and just taking shit from other shit. Just do that. Just don't come up with whatever you think you need to come up with. Just pull. Just pull.
If
do
you don't do that, have a post credit scene either mid credit or after the credits where they're just Mario and Luigi are sitting down on beach chairs and all of a sudden the skies go dark and a smash ball just appears in the sky and it just fades to black.
I was thinking
they start to license the more movies at the end.
I was thinking the credits start to go up, and along the sides of the credits, they're running down they're trying to run down and drop down as the or have it like Donkey Kong where the barrel comes down as the credits are rolling and it just keeps going.
Oh yeah, there has to be a scene where
Donkey Kong.
I would love Donkey Kong in there too. Because Donkey Kong is
dude, this is the new Star Wars.
Yeah,
this is the new Star Wars. You want to start filling up to
There has to be a scene where, like, I don't know, something like there's a tower, barrels and it falls over, and they have to jump over them, and it's like it just like zooms out.
Get the freaking hammer, just like go old school that shit.
Exactly. Don't do what Pixels did. Do it better.
Yeah.
And
Because there's always been like so many shows that always have like parody Mario jokes. We actually get the Mario game, the Mario movie now. There's so much things. There's so much things to go off of.
So much potential.
So much, yeah. So much potential. So, like, my other question is, how much faith do you guys have in Illumination to make this? Because we're making right now what we're describing is we have nothing to go off, and we're describing our own Mario movie. But how much faith do you have in Illumination making a Mario movie? Period.
Exactly. I want to see that in the comments. But Justin, you had
like another funny scene I would like to see is like. I want to see like turtle shell combos. Actually, I want to see like a scene where he like rides the turtle shell.
That could be very complex.
And then, or like he'll like kick the turtle shell over, like take out a bunch of enemies with it.
Epic final battle scene.
Yeah, yes. And then, or like even at the very beginning, I was just like, okay, we gotta go. All right, Luigi, let's follow here. What's in this box? He hits the box where like bonks his head on. He's like, that hurts.
Yes.
Don't hit that with your head. You kind of punch it.
That concept has been the biggest takeaway from a lot of comedians and a lot of animators have done that joke so many times. I want to see how they approach Mario for the first time going up to that box. Yes. Or if it's going to be like Spider-Man Homecoming where he's been doing it for a while. He knows what that box is. He's not stupid. He's not going to hit a brick. We don't know how that's going to be, but I'd love to see what they choose to go with.
Or has a scene where like Mario's running out of money and then he's just like, well, all these gold coins, but I don't really have the girl, you know. He all so sad about it. Right. Or they can do the anime take that they did where he's just like Mario himself is like playing a video game. Luigi is just like comes in and then they get sucked into the world that way.
That would be Lego. I think that would pull in too many Lego movie vibes.
No, there's like a little. I seen the Mario Brothers anime, like little anime.
I know what you're talking about.
I like.
I want this world to be real to them.
I think that could work, and that would be great for potential. I'm just thinking about how people would then think, oh, well, that reminds me of the Lego movie where, you know, he gets transported because of his imagination.
Well, I know. I want the world to be real to them. I didn't like the idea of the anime because the world wasn't connected to them. Actually, going back to the show, I think, because, like, now I think about it, hearing, what was his name?
Freaking warp pipe. They need a legit warp pipe.
Here, I forgot Charles hearing Charles Martinet do the Italian impression for like 90 minutes, I think I'll probably get annoyed fast. No, actually, going back to what you said, like, actually, I would take that voice of the Mario Super Show, from the anime. Yeah, probably not the original voice actor, but somebody who can impersonate him at least. Something close to that. Something because like something that like adult and wisecracky, just like I would like will probably be very funny with Mario, and I can actually give a bit different vibe and character. A good make for funny jokes and stuff.
Yeah,
I do expect it to be like a full out comedy. It'd be weird to have it any other way if it takes itself, because like a world like this just taking itself seriously just be weird.
True. I don't want it to go too far to the comedy side.
Spaghetti.
I don't want it to go and dive too far into comedy where it's like
self-parody.
There's a level where it's like taking yourself seriously, and then the other direction, where everything's like so lowbrow fart joke. I know they're not going to do that, but you know.
I know what you're saying. I don't think
that middle ground's going to be very.
Oh, actually, no. So this is Illumination we're talking about.
Yeah. That's why that's why the middle ground has to be. You know, and then like back to the Illumination.
I know, but like funny in a smart way though. I mean, it's like
that's what's gonna be interesting. Is Illumination the right choice for this? Because I would have 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have said DreamWorks. DreamWorks could have been a good spot for this, but DreamWorks is pretty much making like not DreamWorksy movies anymore, except for Dragons 3, which comes out next year. They're making like Trolls and Boss Baby. I mean, their staff has been removed. Hundreds of staff members are gone, so that talent might be empty. DreamWorks is going. Blue Sky will be owned by Disney, but they do an okay job. I wouldn't say they're bad. They're better than I think they're better than Illumination. Remember, they made the Peanuts movie, so they do a good job of adapting from original source work. So Blue Sky, I would say Blue Sky, because Disney I think would make it way too fanciful. They would make it somehow. It was just there's that thing where Disney does their own thing, and I don't think I would dig
Pixar either, to be honest.
Pixar definitely not, because something about Pixar. It's like
they can't fit with other properties. It's weird.
Does Pixar then is immediately confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3?
I would look. Maybe they could do.
I'll let Disney Studios take care of that one.
Yeah, was that not Disney Toon? Disney. What was that? Not Disney. Disney Pictures Animation. Right?
Yeah,
that's the other studio. Yeah. I can't. I don't know why they've sat on that so long. Why they haven't put.
They're going to make an anime series too, but they never did it.
I mean, like, that should be a priority. Like, especially if they're seeing I think if Lion King goes well, if. I don't even know if Disney really thinks about video games in that way either.
I think they have to get permission from Square Enix because they're like a.
Come on, Square. $1 billion. Take 10% of it, Square Enix. You are set.
They have to get permission and anything from to get the Final Fantasy characters in there.
I think it's no problem. I think Disney's just not.
I'm just really. I was joking, guys.
Yeah. No, but I'm juiced for a possible Kingdom Hearts animated movie. But no, Mario. What do you think?
They were talking about like little animations coming out for a little bit.
But that's silenced, right? That's pretty much faded away at this point. That was what, beginning of the decade? Mid?
Yeah, there was a little project on it. It was like it was started on, but then it was like. And then it was pitched, but then it was turned down, or something happened to whereas they weren't be able to put it out. But they're thinking about releasing some stuff, like the storyboards or whatever stuff, later on in either this year or sometime soon.
That'd be nice to see.
I think it would be pretty cool, but it doesn't take anything from either the game. I mean, it has a different take from the games, and it has a different take from the manga.
Right, different narrative, and it's a new fresh take, and that's something that everyone would want to see. Which is why an animated series or a movie would be interesting.
I hope they don't make it too feel like there are other movies. Like, I hope this doesn't spill like Despicable Me. Like you were talking about all the Goombas might act like minions.
Yeah, I just
act like minions.
Oh, that would be bad too. I don't want minions. Period.
Yeah, I don't know who I was joking with. Was that you or was that someone else who I was joking with? Where I was like, midway through, there's gonna be like a minion somewhere.
That was me.
Yeah, it was you. Okay.
There will be like a minion. It was just like the rabbits and the minions will come out over to help.
Yeah, and it's just like that's
be bad.
That just cannot happen. I don't.
And the movie ends with a fart joke.
Right, and the humor, and that's why it's like, what studio would you guys want them to go for? I mean, I'm going for Blue Sky. They do good adaptations. Sony
I honestly can't think of anybody else. Because I do not want Sony touching anything, period. They do not deserve any licenses at all.
We got Sony, DreamWorks, Blue Sky. I mean, there's hundreds of them, obviously. I mean, you could have I think it's Laiku, which made Kubo and the Two Strings. You could have a stop motion.
Actually, no, Warner Brothers. I would give it.
Warner Brothers.
They're good with licenses.
They did the Storks as well. They're not bad with comedy.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a good potential direction. They're also they've got that hit upcoming summer hit. Teen Titans Go to the Movie. So I mean their track record is pretty respectable.
Yeah. The thing is I think Illumination probably one of the only ones that came to the forefront because when you think about it. Like, did anybody really want to do a Mario Brothers movie?
No, I'm sure they did. I think Comcast and Universal said, we'll give you this much money if we can make your movie. Because Comcast owns Illumination and Universal.
Oh, yeah, them. But, anybody else? Because, what can you actually, do with... It's like the Angry Birds situation. What can you actually do with a Mario Brothers movie?
That's true, but there's a narrative already built in with Mario.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like you said, you've already thought of a plot that can be used. Like there are directions that they can take.
Cause we're trying to discuss what we're trying to think of what companies would actually work with them. But I guess. But like when you think about it, I guess Illumination would be a contender too because
they like money and they just
they don't make terrible movies. You just like make.
They're average as they want.
Because like me and you did enjoy. I guess Despicable Me 2 is the only movie of theirs I watched, but you and me did enjoy Despicable Me 2.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one as well. I don't have a problem with it. I have it. I have it downloaded. Me and my sister watch it every once in a while.
Yeah, Despicable Me 2 is the only one of their movies I watched so far.
Yeah, it's 1 and 2. I think are good movies. I think that was the part.
Seen 3? What?
I've seen 3 and it is not. It's not. I was disappointed because I thought that it was Minions. Yeah, I've seen Minions.
Okay.
I was forced to see Minions.
We can go through all of them because they don't have much. What about Sing?
Yep.
How's Sing?
It's your average sing along, not sing along, but it's a music. It's sort of like a musical.
I Dream of Being a Musician movie.
I Dream of Being a Musician, and then the idea is like you have this theater that's not making money, so they go and they make a competition, and then they get saved because reasons, and there's competition, and the people in the competition are
and last but not least.
It's an average plot. It's a literally average plot. You'll see Life of Pets too.
Yeah.
That was Toy Story, as many people have said already.
What about the best movie ever, Hop?
I haven't seen that movie, and it's always been considered as trash.
Yeah, it
almost killed that studio because everyone hated it. I think that Despicable Me was their luck, just getting out of that hole that they put themselves in.
Yeah, Despicable Me came after that. It was like
it
was Despicable Me, and then Hop came out, and now it's like, and people was like, wait, it's a movie with an evil guy, and he has like glow yellow minions, which were the chicks, but they were yellow minions too. And it was
so original, guys. You just
and they came out and it came out with Despicable Me 2 after that, and I think that brought him back up.
Yeah, that studio is very interesting. It's disappointing that they make average movies, but I'd love to see them actually try a little more, but they don't.
Yeah, I do not think this. Okay, so my expectations, I do not expect A+ material from this movie at all.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be I think it's just gonna be a fun time if done right. Fun time. I'm open for it to be like surprise me or for it to hit me if it has the ability to do that. But like this how I imagine the Mario movie by Illumination, I expect it just be a decent watch, nothing more.
Finding Dory, not Inside Out. Right.
Despicable Me too. If that's good enough.
You think it's on par with that?
It'll probably be on par with that.
Jesus. Okay.
That's not bad. That's not a bad scale.
It's not bad.
That was a fun time. That's true. Despicable Me 2 is not anything that hit me. It's just like I had fun watching it and nothing more.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. What about you? Where do you think it's gonna?
I personally think it's gonna. I mean, I normally have like a kind of a positive outlook on things. I mean, I really enjoyed Inside Out.
Right.
Let's see. I enjoyed the first Despicable Me. I didn't get to really see Despicable Me 2. Don't think that was the one with the freaking lady.
Purple Minions.
That was the lady. That was Minions. That was Minions.
That was Minions. So I've only seen Despicable Me and Minions.
Okay.
Wow.
You see one good and one bad, really bad movie from Illumination.
Oh.
So.
Wait, did you like Minions?
I thought Minions was okay. I didn't like it for the Minions.
Right. You were interested in what the background was.
Yeah, I was interested in everything else except for what the Minions were doing. In fact, I did rewatch the movie without the Minions.
You know what's weird is that was funny. What's weird is that Illumination's done this thing where they play with your perception of what the movie will be. Secret Life of Pets, they give the impression that they're going to tell the story of what your pets do when you're not home. And in Minions, they said that they're going to tell the backstory of the Minions. And instead, we don't really get either of those. We get some really bad plots.
It's like the plots they seem like it was going to tell seem more interesting than the plots they got. I like that surprise of like oh, we're just gonna be this story. Nope, we're actually this story. I'm like, oh, I'm like, it's the opposite where it's like we're gonna be this story, and it's like now we're actually this story, and I'm like, okay,
that's I don't get that, but you know, because at least Pixar, like, they'll deliver on their.
Oh no, they'll tell you what their story is. They don't. Well, except for like they'll leave it for some of their more ambitious movies like WALL-E. They'll leave and Up. They'll leave it vague and like.
So they won't tell you that they won't like go as far ahead as Illumination would.
Because nobody saw that the opening to Up coming. It's just like that because that hit everybody when they first saw that movie.
The first 5 minutes was Up. Everyone says, just not.
Everybody got hooked.
Right now, you guys in the Toon Tuesday poll I think 3 weeks ago, because by the time this comes out, it might be 2-3 weeks from now. You guys voted and said that your favorite Nintendo franchise that would make what Nintendo franchise would make a great cartoon. You guys said that Smash Brothers would be the greatest,
the obvious,
greatest franchise to make a cartoon, while Legends of Zelda follows up behind it. Luigi's Mansion at 20%.
Okay, Luigi's Mansion.
Mario Kart 8.
Okay. A good one though.
Mario Kart 8 at 8%. Now Smash Brothers is the Avengers-ish. That's the Avengers Nintendo universe thing. If they,
yes.
I don't know if they'll do a Marvel because we've seen all these studios try to do a Marvel and it's failed. Even Lego, you try to do this Marvel Cinematic Universe style thing, it drops out because I don't think they want, they've seen what this is already, and when there are posers, it's not as genuine. So
it's just all about good movies and like place them in good places. It's just, you just got making good.
The cartoon, not
making
so
good.
much.
Don't oversaturate the market.
Right, like the
like we were just talking about earlier. We did not need like 2 Lego movies the same year. That should have been pushed to a later date.
Clearly should have been pushed to 2018. Like that. I think the fall is almost not clear, but it's not clear. But there's a 3-week space that they could have easily taken. And right between Wreck-It Ralph and some other prior films, they could have said, okay, let's land this here, and we'll make some money.
The weird thing is, because like a lot of people knew about Lego Batman when it came out, and a lot of people watched it. Right. And a lot of people knew about Ninjago when Lego Batman came out, but when Ninjago came out, everybody forgot about Ninjago.
Yeah, that was that was weird.
Yeah.
I think that was the thing. Like no one was. I remember in the theater, there were people just like they weren't like the jokes weren't getting responses. I remember like just the jokes weren't in the trailer. The jokes weren't getting responses. When Lego Batman, the preview in Lego Batman, the trailer's jokes didn't get responses. It was just like,
people only talking
about kids weren't like whoa, oh my gosh, like oh, like it was just sort of lower expectations for that movie compared to that of Batman. And I think that, like you said, give it some breathing time. Maybe then people would want a Lego movie. Let people want a Lego movie. Have them really want to wait it out, and then you get that excitement come in.
Yeah, again, because like people only talk about Ninjago when Lego Batman movie was out, and by the time the movie itself came out.
Right. I mean, you have that like 6-7 month gap, and it's just like no, that's not enough to like fuel that. We're gonna see that again with Star Wars, where they have The Last Jedi come out in December, then they have within 6 months Han Solo come out. We'll see how that turns out. But back to Nintendo, Smash Brothers again. I think that's a great potential. I'd love to see like how they would do that, and they'd have to start with like the simple roster, the N64 roster. Yes, they have to start with that, do something simple, have those characters, and build off from there. I'd love to see them like go to each and every setting, every single game.
Because Pokemon's big enough on its own. So
oh god, that would because that once they go into the Pokemon universe, everyone's gonna say give us a Pokemon movie. That's not in the Ash universe, but in the Pokemon or Pokemon and that's it universe. But Smash Brothers, of course, could be an epic movie, like Civil War. You start to see these characters take sides. I would love that. Mm-hmm. Legend of Zelda. We've talked about this already.
I want
very interesting potential with that.
Yeah, it would always be like probably like a very interesting, serious movie that you have to do it with. It'll be
right.
What? One thing I would like to see with the Smash Brothers movie is what they would do with probably Master Hand, because he is the freaking final boss of their game of
I would
those
love that.
games.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
He should play a part. Yeah.
I'd like I. Oh wait, were you okay?
He does play a huge part in like games. I kind of want a serious story with it, but I wanted not. You know how I said with Mario wanted all comedy.
Yeah.
I want it kind of silly.
Oh, okay.
Kind of silly, but like only like 5%.
But yeah,
Subspace
Emissary did a good job of that.
Yeah, I want something along the sides of Subspace Emissary, where it's just like everybody's just like trying to figure out, okay, this Master Hand guy is doing all this crazy stuff. Let's kind of try and stop him and win this tournament. But oh no, this giant hand has been playing us all along, and we've been under his control. Let's freaking stop him.
Right.
Yeah. Like if you look at Subspace Emissary, it does feel like a movie in a way. I love those cutscenes. That's I would love to see like a movie like that. If I had to make a perfect Smash Bros. Movie, it'd be like I didn't really like Taboo as a main villain. What I loved what Smash 4 did was like the main villain of Smash 4 being Master Core. Mm-hmm. Like it's like I guess the embodiment of what Master Hand and Crazy Hand are made out of.
Right.
Like if you have to, you can give him a voice, and I would love it. It would be so creative if you was like try to make a whole 90-minute movie. We're talking about movie or show.
Movie.
If you had to make a whole 90-minute movie of silent characters, and like the only talking characters, yes. or very few talking roles, like somewhere on the same vein as Raleigh.
Right. I was looking at it like you guys were saying silly. I wanted it to be in the tone when they get to that point where you have the hand. I wanted it to be serious, like in Rango when you have this lizard and then you see the giant cowboy dude. Just like it's almost terrifying because of his just stature. It's almost like not nightmarish, but it is just the scope of it is incredible. I would love to see that tone, just maybe in a moment. Still be silly, but really play on the fact that this is a very like powerful, foe until they realize the fact that, of course, that they are puppets on a string.
Yeah, it's like either that or it's like a. Actually, it does open itself up to be the I know just I haven't seen this movie, but like it does open up to be the same kind of situation as the Lego movie because it's literally a child playing with toys.
Yes.
Like I don't know.
But if they execute it right, it could work.
If they execute it right, like it'd probably be like a rip off. But like I feel like this series is well deserving to be like to have sort of a. It probably doesn't even have to be a plot twist. You can start the movie off like that, like because it would just bring people back, like two kids playing with toys,
right.
And then it just becomes like, and then like you just like in that world until like the end of the movie where like they put the toys down because every time when you beat classic mode in Smash Brothers, it's always the toy falls down back on the shelf and it's like it just zooms out and you hear a door close.
Right.
And it's like
it's timeless. It's a timeless like ending.
If the movie ends just like that, that'll be well deserving.
Right. No need for anything else. No, just done. Yeah, timeless ending. Smash Brothers has the potential. Zelda has the potential. Luigi's Mansion.
That's a weird one.
That was the vocal thing where a lot of people were like, I'm down for a show like that. I'm interested in the story. A couple of commenters said.
I played and beaten both 1 and 2.
Could that be a? I don't want to cut you off, but could that be a good? Put it in Halloween 2020 or something. Put it the weekend before Halloween 2020. Have it as the animated sort of scary movie, and then for kids and family members.
I have no idea how. I cannot imagine a Luigi's Mansion movie or even more TV show. I can imagine like an animated short, but that's a weird
chain of shorts actually.
Yeah, that's a weird pick for a movie, but it'll be interesting. Yeah. Actually, going back to Marvel, I hope that does get reference in the Marvel movie. There's a ton of crap that get reference, but I hope that Luigi's
in a mansion at some point.
Yeah.
Just have him walk in a mansion, just something.
Yeah.
Luigi's in a mansion. Done. There you go. You don't need to do anything else. No other effort.
Luigi got out of that mansion. What are you trying to do? Get your own franchise?
At the end. Just go from there. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I literally cannot imagine it being a series because all of it is like Mario gets kidnapped. Luigi just happens to go in this mansion. In the first one, he go in the mansion because he won it.
Right.
He finds out there are ghosts inside, and Egad finds him like, hey, can you take care of these ghosts for me? I'm too old to do this, so here's this vacuum, and just defeat some ghosts. And later you find out that they kidnapped Mario out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, now I gotta go save Mario. I have a different incentive. And I do like the ending to that game because it does feel the music. It just does feel like heartwarming in a way.
Right.
It does feel achieving. Going to Luigi's Mansion 2. Luigi's in this a house. Oh wait, no, it just there's this dark moon that makes all the ghosts good. King Boo comes back and breaks it, and all the ghosts are evil. And Egad gets Luigi and to take care of this mission again, and. Again, you're going through these mansions and trying to collect these Dark Moon pieces and get rid of these ghosts.
Right.
And, again, later you find out that out of nowhere they kidnap Mario again. And you gotta collect all the Dark Moon pieces and save the world and pretty much I think save the world this time because all the ghosts in the world's gone evil.
Oh, they could pull it Back to the Future, do the same plot 3 times, and just.
Well, again, the ending feels good and heartwarming, and the score of the music just for the ending. Both endings have a really
John Williams.
Both endings have a really good feeling to them. Even Mario, that's the most you'll hear in the Luigi's Mansion 2 ending. If you look at that cutscene, that's the most you probably hear Mario talk in one cutscene because he's like, "That's my bro," or something like.
Yeah.
It's weird. He says full sentences in that ending.
Right, and it's like that's.
I was off-putting, but it was touching too.
Right, that's not you. Where'd you take the real Mario?
I mean, if you this because you know how I was saying certain movies have to make up their own when they're going based off video games, they have to make up their own characters and stuff.
Yeah.
This you would need to. You would need to make up your own.
It's too small of a storyline. That's that is a maybe 20-minute, maybe half an hour special.
If you stay true to the game, you would not have enough to go off of.
Yeah, so that's Luigi's Mansion, keep it to a series. And then Mario Kart. I'd love to see that as a series, not a
movie.
That's an episode. That's an episodic every.
If it's a movie, it has to be a self parody, nothing more. Because I can't imagine anything else.
Yeah, Speed Racer. You have that. And you have a lot of video game movies. Before we close out here for this topic,
at the end of the Mario movie, you cut to them, and it's like a after credit scene. You cut to them just well, Bowser, what do you want to do now? I don't know, yo.
Want to go karting? Mario's bitching.
Jesus, should they get Starbomb?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be just timeless. Princess Peach, won't you listen to my speech?
There's a lot of YouTube people that do that if they want to.
Yeah. We have other series. Mega Man is getting his own series. Sonic is getting his own movie, but that's been pushed around.
Wait, is Mega Man still getting his own series? I remember
that's being picked up. That's going on Cartoon Network this year, actually. It's not being made by Cartoon Network.
That ugly designed.
It looks hideous.
I thought it was dead.
No.
Okay, no.
Yeah,
we see it.
Maybe animation.
My opinion on it. To be reminded what my opinion on it was again.
Maybe animation can help it. If the animation's good and not cheap, it can probably help with the style, what it looks like.
Right.
Oh.
What the
Justin's over here stunned by this. This is not.
It looks like Ben 10 in a suit.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's worse. It's far worse because it's not.
Yeah, that's the new Mega Man. Okay, so you don't see what's going on, guys. Justin Jet Harris here is looking at Mega Man on the cover of Game Informer, I think of this month or last month. And,
it's for
Mega Man
the
11.
yeah.
Or is it? Yeah,
It's 11.
Yeah, 11.
And,
just look at this all awesome lineup. Yeah, you got some bad box arts, over here, but you got those good old lineup here. Then you see this shit, and I'm just like, yo, why didn't you just go with the design?
That doesn't look. If you told me that's just like a
that's not Mega Man to me. I'm sorry.
Generator Power Man or something like that. Like, okay, this is a cool new series. If you I can't see this as Mega Man?
Dude, if you told me this was Static Shock, I would have been like, oh, clearly. I mean, look, it's obviously Static Shock and not Mega Man. I mean,
Ben 10 Galactic Warriors. Oh,
Ben 10, Generator Rex in blue. There we go. This is progress. Yeah, no,
This was some bad reboot of something. Oh, you know what? You could tell. You know what? You could definitely tell me though. You could definitely tell me this was Mighty Number 9. I would have believed the shit out of that.
I was about to get a cartoon and the Kickstarter.
Oh wait! Go up. What is that?
Well,
what is that?
That's not.
Oh,
that's not.
Yeah.
Oh, but that looks far better than what is on.
The eyes can't see. We're putting.
Yeah, we're just okay. Mega Man 2018, of course, coming on Cartoon Network. It's an acquired series. Then you have, of course,
please download it.
Then you have Sonic. Getting his own movie eventually, but he's been kicked around constantly, and we've talked about
it. Was just Sony, and then
it was Sony, and then Paramount said, "Hey, we want to get the rights to this," and I think they're gonna try because
nobody. I thought they had the rights.
Who, Paramount?
Yeah.
No, Paramount. No, I'm saying Paramount is probably gonna try at this point because they are really kicking up their animation division. They're the ones that are gonna be making the Nick movies. They're really trying to make their animation on
par. Mario movie.
What's up?
What do you guys think about Paramount doing the Mario movie though?
I don't think they have a track record.
Yeah, right.
I don't believe in their. I don't know enough for their. They've done Nick movies. I just don't have a reliable knowledge of their.
I think the only original thing I can think of for animation wise is the Rango. They're trying to be realistically live action in a way, exactly. So you can get anything out of Mesa on that. Going back to you said Sonic.
Sonic in Paramount. No.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're still keeping the idea of like live action anime. Like,
I don't know if they're still doing it.
That's what's still on the rumor. That's what's still on the rumor wall. That it's like live action.
Something tells me that they're probably going to drop that just because of the fact that I think Paramount will want to do what they want to do with it. I'm hoping that they're going to because that was all Sony. Remember, Sony kept saying we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this, and then Sonic is now over at Paramount. I'd love to see them doing something else with it where it's like, all right, it's not going to be live action, especially if Mario is in animation and they start to learn. Maybe they're waiting for Mario at this point. Just like, how does that do? If Mario does good, maybe we can make a Sonic movie.
No, I think Mario's going to come afterwards because this has been
it's been in development for a while.
That and I think it's been scheduled for 2019.
Oh, okay.
So they're I guess they're still working on it. They're working on it as we speak. It's just like we don't get anything about it. I think they said later on this year, probably late later, we're gonna get some new information about it finally.
Cool.
Because that movie was I think was meant to come out 2016 or 2017.
Yeah, it was.
2016. It was
way back.
2016, and then later, 2016, and then later 2016, he said we'll get more information about it. We never did.
Right.
I think this time, later this year, definitely we have to get some kind of information about it.
If it's gonna come out next year.
Some kind of picture of some kind of redesign or something. Because I've seen Boom Son. There's no way
no way that's gonna work.
There's no way they can do another drastic design. It's gonna be something that's probably more truer to Sonic this time.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what they can do. I have no expectations at this point because Sonic Boom is already different enough. It's as different as I feel like you can get without being too distant from what the series is.
Exactly.
And other than that, I can't imagine anything else besides something that will be just taken away from Sonic itself.
Right.
So I'm really curious of what they would do.
It's going to be fascinating when we get more details on it.
Again, awesome.
I mean, a similar situation happened with How to Train Your Dragon 3, where that was supposed to come out in, I believe, 2016, and then they pushed it to 2017, and they pushed it to 2018. Now it's in 2019.
And again, my expectations for just a overall Sonic movie, a good time, just not anything that hit me. Same thing with the Mario movie. It's just like they're both like, even though Sonic always like has a lot more stories in all his games, I don't think they're gonna get deep.
Right.
I don't think you should get deep either. It's just like just same thing with Mario, just a fun time, and just nothing that goes too big. I'll be open for anything that goes big if they can pull it off right, though. True. But other than that, my expectations are like
fun movie.
Just a fun movie.
That's movie. Take the character the way that it is. Yeah, don't make it stupid. Don't make it Alvin the Chipmunks. Don't make it Smurfs. Just
your average C+ movie. Yeah. I'm good. I'll be satisfied with that.
Again, I was joined today with the awesome
Canine Biscuits
and the fantastic
Jet Harris.
Find them on their YouTube channels. Jet Harris on YouTube and Canine Biscuits on YouTube as well. As always, you can find me here on Athemocracy. Subscribe to all of our channels for whatever videos we make, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.